Welcome to the, I think we had a plan for this episode, but I forgot what it was. Do you remember? I think we talked about it last week, but anyway, welcome to Dagnabbit, boys. We'll figure out what the plan was for this week soon.
This is a freestyle episode.
Yeah.
This is the
we
episode,
call this old school.
The episode before this, or two before, was, endearing and talking about how love is the most important thing in the world. The one after that was sentimental. This one is kind of right in the middle.
Yeah.
The
one after that was it sentimental? I thought it was like...
Sorry, I meant to say bleak.
Bleak.
It was the opposite of sentimental.
Yeah, I get those two mixed up sometimes.
Whoa. So if you're with a lady and she says something really bleak, you're like, oh, that's my love language.
Yes.
When people ask what your love language is, do you say like sarcasm and like cutting wit?
Yeah.
Or do you say like,
the best gift I've ever gotten from a lady is a shirt that says sarcastic comment loading. Because she really got me.
Yeah. I mean, that's when you look at a woman and you go, I've finally found somebody as twisted and fucked up as me.
Yeah, someday maybe you'll find that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I could handle...
just a fucked up girl.
Yeah.
Damn, I love weird, cool women, dude.
I think right now I'm not in a place to be a good boyfriend to the women I attract. I think that's what I've found. Because one time I was talking to my therapist and I was like, yeah, I feel like a lot of my relationships are not very chill. Because like I have a lot of problems and sometimes the women I'm with are dealing with their own stuff. And my therapist was like, yeah, of course. He was just like, why would like a normal, boring person be attracted to you?
So your therapist just came at you?
He does come at me. Your
therapist is like, it doesn't. Why would a normal bitch want to fuck with the C-man?
Yeah, he's like, you date intense women.
Yeah,
that's who's gonna like you. You need a therapist that comes at you.
Yeah,
you need a therapist that when you describe something in your life, he goes, yeah, of course it's that way. Why would it be any different? Look at how you live your fucking life. You're talking about being sad all the time. You're not gonna get some happy camper prep girl. Doesn't make any sense. And it's also not who I'd want to date. The women I'm attracted to are very intense women, and then I go, oh, I only have emotional bandwidth for myself, and then I'm a bad boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a pretty good boyfriend. I'm a pretty good guy.
I like to think I am too, but I think there's always like, moments where you need to put the other person before you, and I think sometimes I falter.
That's hard because it's like not fun at all. And you want to just have fun all the time. Enjoy your 20s.
I'd say
that's awesome. Enjoying your 20s.
Oh, I love enjoying my 20s. Not that I love enjoying my 20s. I really know how to enjoy my 20s. Right now, I just ordered Codependent No More. That's why I fool myself into thinking I'm a good boyfriend, because I'm codependent, and so I'll do things for people. But I think when the rubber meets the road of actually like being able to not get so wrapped up in my own self that I'm not able to give what the other person needs, is that when it's not good. Yeah. But I'm like, but I do a bunch of stuff for you. And it's like, yeah, but that's not.
I bought you a chocolate bar.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry your mom got into a car accident with a school bus and all the kids died and also your mom died. But I got you chocolate.
This is a Snickers.
Yeah.
Because even though your mom's dead, you're still not you and you're hungry.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have a good day. So eat that and be happy for me. Thank you. Yeah, I think
that does suck when a woman's sad, dude. When a woman's sad about some shit, it's like, grow up.
I hate when ladies are sad. It's like, damn, but you a pretty girl.
If you're sad, then that's going to make me sad, and that's what's important.
And we're about to see a movie.
Yeah.
You know when
we're about to go laugh at the Naked Gun.
You know when you're about to go to dinner and then your lady's sad and you go, oh, shit, it's going to be one of those sad dinners?
I guess she's going to be ordering the tampons again.
Yeah, going to be ordering the tampons and the tissues and the chocolate cake to cry in. Women should never be sad. We're anti-women sadness.
Yeah, this is a pro-woman happiness podcast.
If you're a woman out there and you're feeling sad, just message us and we'll send you a picture of our dicks or whatever would make you feel better.
Yeah, women, you can trust us. We're 20. I'm 27, about to turn 28. You're 26.
So we got it all figured out.
We know how to treat women well. The only people that know how to treat women better are 40-year-olds that date women in their 20s.
Those guys get it.
Those guys are really
because those guys want to help young women learn how to. Because it's like, you know how they say if you're a father, the way you treat your daughter is how she will expect to be treated by her future partners.
Yeah.
See, what those guys do is really cool. Is they go, well, these women don't live with their fathers anymore, but they still need guidance because they're young and figuring out the world. So I'll date them. And I'll show them what a good man does. And apparently what a good man does is just like meet up after 11 and then have sex where they don't come and then looks at his phone and goes, shit, and then leaves.
And that's awesome.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't know. We're too young.
I can't wait to be 40 years old and then dating a 23-year-old. That's what we call the awesome zone.
Being in the awesome zone?
Yeah.
Is being 40 dating a 23-year-old?
Yeah.
And all your friends are like, cool, man.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
Isn't it crazy? I was thinking about this the other day. There's a lot of people that are like in their late 20s and 30s that are still like really into the idea of being precocious. Isn't that disgusting?
Okay.
You know, like
expand.
You know, there's people that were like when they were 15, they were like reading the cool books and listening to the cool music, and then they're fucking 30 and they still want to be patted on the head and told that they're like an old soul.
Yeah. I guess it just turns into just being a guy who's like, I'm actually into weird stuff.
Yeah.
Because you go from, now you're like too old to be too young to know anything.
Yeah.
But you can still be into like, I guess, underground art and think it's like an achievement.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a yearning to know about stuff that other people don't know about, and I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't think it was, and I don't really listen to like you seek out a lot of stuff I haven't heard of. I still have a yearning to be like, oh, I love this band nobody's ever heard of. But it is immediately met with the thought of like, but that makes no sense.
There's a lot of normal stuff I've never listened to, or, you know, like people were going to Oasis, and I'm like, I know that one song. I never tried to listen to Oasis.
I was wondering about that with like the books you read. I was talking to Kurt about that because Kurt was saying you were showing him your porn.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like you're not porn, but books.
Yeah.
Old smut books. And I was like, yeah, Shane's art knowledge is really interesting because he'll know about like thousands of, you know, smut authors and stuff. But I also like don't know if he's read like The Great Gatsby.
I have.
Have you
read it when I was a teen? I read it when I was young. A lot of that stuff I read when I was young.
Yeah, because that's what I'm wondering. Like, did you just go through that when you were young? You just kind of got through the classics?
I read the classics really, really early.
Have you ever reread them?
No, I need to. I went through Ulysses when I was like 12 or 13. I remember I would go home from school and read Ulysses.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked Ulysses.
Is it a poem?
No, it's like a 800-page modernist novel.
Oh, I was thinking of...
It's James Joyce.
I know. I always, because of the name, I always am thinking of the Odyssey.
You know what I love is the Iliad.
Which is a poem.
Yeah.
It's a book, but it's a poem.
It's an epic poem.
Do you love it?
Yeah, it's great. It's so violent. It's like, there's so many pages of a guy just getting hit with a spear and then his teeth fly out, and I remember being like, this is badass.
It is interesting when they teach that book of like, you know, this is like really like classic art, and then it's just like he went to this island and these ladies were going to fuck him, but they did not give him the pussy and he almost died. And then he went to another island, and sort of just like a guy getting into a lot of shit.
I was taught that book and then didn't pay attention. I think I slept through it, and then I read it later.
Becomes a lot of shenanigans in that book.
It's really goofy, but that's not the Iliad. That's, you know, the other one, the Odyssey. The Odyssey I don't like as much, even though the Odyssey is tighter.
Then what happens in the Iliad?
It's like the Trojan War.
Oh.
It's just like a bunch of action sequences for the most part, and then Achilles gets all fucked up because the guy he was fucking up the ass gets killed, and then Achilles goes and storms up, and that's the most awesome shit ever because Achilles is just really fucking guys up. The whole time in the book, Achilles is just hanging out in a tent being like, I ain't gonna kill no motherfuckers. And then his boyfriend gets killed, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill every motherfucker.
Well, if they kill your boyfriend.
Yeah, and then...
If somebody killed my boyfriend, I would kill everyone at the Comedy Store.
If somebody killed my boyfriend, I wouldn't care because I'm not gay.
Never had a boyfriend. I think it'd be a power move.
If you showed up to the Comedy Store with a boyfriend, everybody would be confused.
Do you know how cool it'd be if I showed up to the Comedy Store with like a beautiful man?
Yeah.
Like a beautiful, like effeminate, long-haired man?
Yeah.
People would be like, he's kind of leveled up. Be like, it's like a stronger lady. My new girlfriend is like a really strong... It's like a girl, but they can fight.
I bet you would never have to take care of his emotions. Because you're boys, you'd understand. You keep it to yourself.
He'd be having a bad day, and then I would just dap him up.
Yeah. And he'd be like, we're bros, dude.
I'd love to...
You go to B-dubs with your hot boyfriend, and you both love the sports.
I could finally bring my... See, because all the fellas can't bring their girlfriends, because you can't bring your girlfriend to B-dubs, but I could bring my boyfriend. Because I'd be like, he's a bro.
Yeah.
He's just also my lover.
He's kind of a tomboy.
He's a bit of a tomboy, and he keeps being like, I'm a man. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
Look at how he dresses.
I'd love to dap up my twink boyfriend after we have gay sex.
Yeah.
Because you know how after sex with a lady, you like cuddle?
No.
You never done that?
They try, but I'm like,
oh,
hey,
you
get
should,
away from me. I'm like, hey, go home.
Yeah. I don't know. You probably just don't know this, but that's really damaging to people's psyches.
I give them money and then tell them to leave.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, no, you can't.
I'm like, I know we're dating, but I'm still going to give you money.
Yeah, you can't give a woman money. I've actually done that as a bit.
Giving a woman money?
After, like, with like a long-term girlfriend, after having sex and then cuddling, just taking out $20.
You got to give them 40. That's the...
But you got to be... Well, nobody can...
40 is the money you give a woman after sex.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine the prices have got to have increased.
Inflation? Yeah.
There's no way.
It's probably like $55 now.
If pussy's still $40,
well, no, not
great.
Pussy, not like pussy on the street. That's probably like $12 or something. I don't know.
I think you have to pay more to get pussy on the street.
All right. Well, we're gonna give our first caller of the evening. I'm gonna call. Who do we know that buys pussy?
We should do Dagnabbit street interviews where we go up to a hooker on the street and we're like, "Hi, how much?"
Dagnabbit Records here.
Hi, Cooper Lyden with Dagnabbit Records. How much is it to have sex with your pussy if I want to put my penis inside of your vagina? And she'll be like, it's $75, honey, and then we'll go, and we'll drive away.
Yeah.
Because we can't say, hey, we're not going to buy.
What if we try to pay in pennies? We should get a bunch of pennies, and we're like, well, it's your lucky day because we have 75,000 pennies.
I think you get beat up. I think when it comes to prostitution, that's the only, it's one of those professions where the customer is definitely not always right.
Yeah.
And you just get beat up by a guy.
Well, that's crazy that there's guys there to beat you up.
There has to be guys there to beat you up.
Can I be like, hey, can the woman beat me up? Because I still have the $75.
That's how violent men are, that if there has to be pimps, because if there weren't pimps, then the guys buying the prostitutes would beat up the prostitutes. So they're like, men are so violent, we need a violent man just in case. Just he needs to be around.
We need a guy to beat up the prostitute so he can beat up the guys that would beat up the prostitute.
Bingo. I've been doing that snap. I like that snap you do. I've been doing that a lot. What was I going to say?
You're going to say something about how fucking men are bad and women are the future or something?
When you pick up, I mean, not that you would know, at least not personally, but maybe you've heard. If you buy a prostitute on the street, do they have a motel, or do you just have to fuck them in your car? Because I always wonder about that.
I feel like people I know have done that, but they don't tell me.
Yeah, because I always wonder, because you know when you pick up a lady on the street that some guy's watching it happen.
Yeah.
So then if you're like, okay, get in the car, and then if you're like, I want to go to this motel, then she might be like, no.
There's probably a lot of the A lot of the motels that have like those signs that are like, we have HBO, are probably just most of their clientele.
Well, that's what I'm interested by is
like hourly motels?
Yeah, like there are motels that exist just to have sex with prostitutes in.
Yeah.
But then it's like, are those the ladies on the street or is that a different thing? Like, I don't... It also seems like if you're fucking...
I think it's probably the ladies on the street.
If you're fucking a prostitute in the car, I feel like it would be hard to come because you're like, I just know there's a guy in a cooler car watching me 500 feet away.
And he might have his dick out. He might be jacking off.
What if you became a pimp just to jack off?
I'm a pimp cuck.
It's free porn, baby. Yeah, this lady's actually my wife, and I love her. I don't even think...
I've met guys that would pimp out their wife. But that was when I was a kid.
Well, that's kind of what definitely all pimps kind of do that in some way, where they'll get a lady that's their girlfriend, and then that's kind of in quotations.
Yeah.
And then they just get them on the street. Which would suck to think that you're a cool guy's girlfriend and then go, oh, he's pimping me.
Yeah.
I thought I was just dating a man who loved...
How many tricks do you think you'd have to turn before you realized that you were getting pimped out? You thought you were just doing him some favors and making some money.
I think you...
I thought I was just helping him pay off his car.
I think you know before the first one and you make a decision. Because you go... Damn, I thought this guy just loved...
Kill me.
I thought this guy loved Cadillacs and fur.
Yeah.
But he wants me to fuck guys for money. And then you go, I don't have a lot of money.
And he said he's going to kill me.
And I don't want to work at Waffle House.
He said he's going to kill my little sister.
And most importantly...
He said he knows where my mama lives and he's going to go and kill my mom and my little sister.
He did threaten to kill Mama and Tisha. So I might have to have sex with this white guy.
This old white guy.
Damn, I thought I had a cool boyfriend. Now I'm having sex with a middle manager just to save Mom and Tisha. How'd it get like this? I saw a video today.
I'm having sex with a stockbroker who has a wife but still wants to live on the grimy side.
It's interesting how just none of your life makes sense. Where you're like, I wanted a boyfriend. I got pimped instead. And now I'm having sex with a guy who already has a wife to have sex with. And it just seems like I should be dating this guy and he should be fucking his wife. And we don't need... What's going on here? None of this makes sense. Why am I having sex with this guy? I should be having sex with my fur coat boyfriend. But it turns out that...
he should be at home with his wife, who's depressed because she just had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
His wife is experiencing really horrific postpartum depression.
And it just bums him out. It just
annoys him. And he can't get
him.
pussy, so now he's buying women off the street. And he'll probably come home and give her an STD because he gave the extra $50 to fuck without the condom.
He paid more to infect his wife with at least HPV.
Yeah.
At least HPV. It is funny how some women's most horrific trauma of their life, such as postpartum depression, is just annoying to their husband.
Yeah.
Where like she's going through like a kind of pain that's just confusing and gnawing that I can't imagine. And he's like, this is really grinding my gears. I wanted to have a kid and then fuck you again. And apparently I can't until your pussy heals and you want to kill yourself. You just had a baby. Why do you want to kill yourself?
I make $100,000 a year, bitch. Do you not understand I make over $100,000 a year?
Some guys...
And you're sad?
Yeah, some guys don't understand why the fact that they make $100,000 a year...
I go to the gym.
Yeah, they're like, I go to the gym and make $100,000 a year. Why do you have postpartum depression?
I'm 6'3", I go to the gym, I make $100,000 a year. That's not enough for you?
How much money do I need to have for you to not have postpartum depression? I think that's the real thorn in the side of alpha male culture, where they're like, you got to make a bunch of money and be buff and then control your woman. And it's like, yeah, you can do all that stuff and then your lady can just fall into a deep, dark depression.
And then you're like, oh, great, now I got to go buy escorts.
Yeah, and then you don't have this king, queen, wife thing you wanted. You have to be a human and actually support your wife.
And then you don't.
Yeah, the issue with the alpha male thing is like, to have a good marriage, you do sometimes... a lot of the time have to care about the other person. You know
sometimes, what I mean? Hey, yeah. Note to all the alpha male guys, sometimes you got to be a pussy to get the pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they just seem to ignore that part of it, where they're like, if I'm tough enough, my wife will just understand that she can't be sad around me. And it's like, well, then she's going to go fuck another guy.
Why is she sad? She should be scared.
Truly. Why is she so sad? She should be intimidated by me.
And therefore have sex with me because of it. And also, I make $100,000 a year.
And by the way, I make $100,000 a year. We have a 2-bedroom house in the valley. One of those bedrooms is a podcast studio, and the baby's nursery is in the living room, at my behest. This was my idea. I told her that it was more important to have a podcast studio.
I have porn stars in our apartment with our child. I interview porn stars and try to make them feel bad about themselves.
Damn, your wife is going through postpartum depression, and you're interviewing a porn star, asking her what her dead father would think about it. Your wife's walking through, like, handshaking to get a 4th coffee of the day.
You're saying stuff like, let me guess, you were molested. And then a guy that's sitting over there plays a sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like a slam dunk sound effect.
You know when you're a lady and you're looking at your 2-month-old child and you just think about how much you want to kill yourself, and then you hear from the living room your husband asking a 19-year-old if she should kill herself or not? You know that feeling that happens only in America?
You know when you're holding your baby and you don't recognize it? And you can't even recognize the man you married, and he makes $100,000 a year, loves the gym?
Mm-hmm. $100,000 a year isn't even that much money anymore.
It is not.
It really doesn't get you all the things you want it to get you. And then you just have to be mad.
How much do you think how much do you think we're going to have to make off this podcast to be happy?
I would assume the price has gone up, but apparently 80,000. I'd guess it's more like 100,000 now. So let's just say 100,000. It used to be 80. That's if you make that amount of money, that's the happiest money can make you a year. Like
so
they did studies on it that if you made $80,000 a year, that's the happiest money could make you, and anything beyond that, it didn't make you happy. And that number, I think, indicates that you have enough, because I try to write jokes about this. I'm not going to really do the bit, but like a lot of people who grow up very poor are like, if I get rich, I'll be happy. And that's because obviously when you're poor, you have to think about scarcity so much that you're so stressed that you can't be happy. But the truth is you can only make enough money to just not worry.
Yeah.
You can't make enough money to be happy. You just make enough to not worry, and then after that, you can still be horrifically depressed just with enough stuff.
Well, you can go to Oasis if you make enough money.
You can do stuff that might be fun.
Yeah.
But you won't be like truly happy.
What's happy if not fun?
Well, I'm saying content. You know what I mean?
I really don't like fun. I don't have a good time when I'm having fun.
Well,
you ever like go to a party and people are playing board games? What the fuck is this shit? What are you guys doing? Why
do you think that is? Do you think you're plagued by guilt or shame that stops you from being able to enjoy yourself?
I'm sure you relate to this, but I'm a there's a genocide going on type of motherfucker. You know when we show up to any situation and people are having fun and you're like, well, pregnant women are getting their bellies cut open and you're smiling right now.
Yeah, well, sometimes I see the board game as inevitable as genocide.
Yeah.
Where I go, I can't stop the genocide and I can't stop this board game from happening. So I guess I'll just keep playing taxes and play this board game.
Yeah.
Because when you're at a party and everybody plays a board... First of all, it's not really a party, but let's say a gathering at an apartment, and everybody goes, let's play a board...
I've been to real parties where people are just playing fucking board games. It's crazy.
If I was at a party with a bunch of people and then a group of people were like, let's play a board game, if I was not in a relationship with one of those people, I would not play the board game.
Yeah,
but if I was in a relationship,
I consider that the loser zone.
Yeah, definitely. But if you are at like a 8 to 10 person gathering and they're like, let's play a board game, you have two choices, which is either play the board game or kind of ruin the hang.
You do feel like such a badass when you ruin the hang, don't you? I don't do this anymore, but if I got drawn into something I didn't want to do, I would just cause a ruckus and I'd ruin it and everybody would be upset. And I'd be like, see? I pointed out how stupid this is.
Well, you can feel like a badass if you're single.
Yeah.
But if you're in a relationship and you ruin the hang, then you've just really hurt your partner. So being single, you're kind of allowed to do whatever you want. You can ruin a 10-person hang and then drive home and be like, I'm
maybe the most awesome guy there.
I'm like David Allan Coe. Or you can tell yourself whatever you want because you're single and there's nobody in your life to be like, no, you're just like really angry.
Sometimes I've ruined the hang without wanting to, and then I'll go home and then...
How'd you do that?
I don't know, just being goofy, and then I realize I ruined it for people, and then I'll feel bad about it.
Do you have some examples? Share with the class?
No, not really any I want to talk about. But
Okay.
but yeah, I've definitely ruined things I didn't want to ruin, but I did. And then sometimes I've ruined stuff that I wanted to ruin, and then I got to feel like a fucking king. Because I was like, why are we doing this?
Like a board game or what?
A board game, any sort of game. I ruined a game of telephone one time for just because I was annoyed that people were doing it. I walked in and they were doing telephone, and I was like, everyone here is older than me. Why are we doing telephone? So I ruined it.
And then you made them feel embarrassed to play telephone?
Well, then they thought that they thought that I was not doing it on purpose, so they felt bad for me. But then the game was ruined and they stopped playing. It was awesome. And then I was like, all of you motherfuckers is in your late 30s. This is embarrassing.
Stop playing telephone.
Stop playing.
Where was this, a party? What was this?
A party, yeah.
What parties are you going to where people are playing all these board games and telephones?
Wrap-up parties.
Wrap-up?
Yeah.
For what, shooting a short film, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, if you get theater kids together, they don't know how to just hang out.
They don't, no.
Theater kids are like, what should we do? Should we play Heads Up, 7-Up? And you're like,
should we play the quiet game?
Yeah, it's like, well, you can just get hammered and then fucking fuck all the people.
They do that too, but they do it in a really lame, stupid way.
But that's what I'm saying is you can just get hammered.
Yeah.
You can simply gather in a group and get hammered.
Theater kids are a perfect example of what I was talking about with people in their 30s that want to be patted on the head and called an old soul.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's really vile. It's really disgusting that type of person exists. You have to be kind of coddled.
That's kind of a lot of, it's kind of a lot of people now. I feel like everybody's like kind of has their own kind of world inside their phone. And then, if you don't have like a house and you don't have like a good retirement plan, like most people in America do, you have just tons of people who all they kind of have is their interests and their identity.
Yeah.
So you have, tons of people now who their whole thing is like I have nothing.
Yeah.
But I can call our podcast Dark Woke.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to have a house or retire, but I can be like me and Shane.
We'll never have anything, never.
Yeah, that's one thing about us.
Here's the thing, is I hope people are taking away from this podcast, is when I said that I ruined stuff on purpose, I realized that that's bad. But also, I think other people are bad too. So I think everything's bad. So don't get in the comments being like, this guy thinks he's a badass. No, I think I suck and I'm a loser. But I just think other people are also worse.
Mm-hmm.
So take that from it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look at any fun situation and say, this is actually bad.
Yeah.
And it will be ruined by me tonight. You will not play telephone. I will ruin
bourgeoisie.
It. Yeah,
I do walk in and I say everything's bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that is kind of how you look at all things that are not like, I guess, a literal genocide or like an inescapable labor job.
Yeah.
If somebody's like
having fun,
if somebody's drinking a pink drink, you're like, well, that's bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
And if I hit the drink out of your hand, it's actually fine.
Yeah.
11-year-old girl at the Westfield Topanga Mall. That's fine if I do that because you're part of the ruling class.
I do think polyamory is bourgeoisie. That is a genuine thought I have. I think it's bourgeoisie. I think dating apps are bourgeoisie. It's all bourgeoisie, dude. Bourgeoisie all the way down.
Have you read a lot of like Marx or Hegel or anything?
I've read the Communist Manifesto, but no, I just be calling shit bourgeoisie and shit.
Yeah.
I'd be watching movies that make fun of the bourgeoisie, and then I'd be like, you know what? I don't like them either.
Yeah, you do have a lot of hard opinions on, because it's funny because you read a lot, and then you'll have hard opinions on stuff, and I'm like, have you read about that? And you're like, no. And I'm like,
no interest.
I'm like, you could have, though.
I totally could have. I like to read fiction, though, because it's actually fun to read, and I don't know. What I've read of Marx is good.
Sometimes I buy books with the thing of like, this book isn't fun about reading. I'm just interested to see who I am when I finish the book.
And you're worse every time.
It's the same guy, just a little more annoying.
Yeah.
I
love to read books and then be more fucking annoying and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now and I like it, but I hate everybody in the book. I hate all the characters. I wish they were all dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like New York rich people. Hate them.
Right.
Every time I read a book about New York, I'm like, this is the worst city in the world.
Yeah, I mean, any art about New York is like, it gets very repetitive, where it's just
We went
like,
to a party that sucked, and then I went to my apartment, which sucked.
it's loud and fast, and I'm depressed. And you're like, all right. I'd love to read a book about New York that's just like, I had a really great day today. I walked outside and ate some good food, and it felt good to be there.
And I didn't have any meaningless sex with anybody or do any cocaine.
And I made sweet love to a woman I love, and it was good. And I did no cocaine because I'm sober now.
Yeah.
A book about a normal guy in New York.
Yeah.
I'm just having a good time. I bought a new pair of jeans.
All the books about New York are about people that were like the richest guy in a small town moving to New York and then living a depraved life and it being empty. It's like, don't do it then.
Yeah, we're kind of at the end of that being a genre. And in general, I was thinking like, I think this was also a joke I was doing, but it's also just something I think where like, if you were a white guy and you were really fucking depressed, that could just be a book.
Yeah.
Like Notes from the Underground is just like a really pissed off guy. He's just very pissed off. Like you could just journal and be like, everybody sucks and is gay. And people at that time were like, this is groundbreaking.
I mean, if you go to a lot of the like lit stuff, it is still a lot of those people being mad about the world.
I'm sure people are still doing it, but I do think it's become a little tired.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't think it's actually saying anything to have the characters be like, the character is fucking hates everybody and he's alone. It's like Sartre and Dostoevsky, like they all did it. They did it already.
Well, people just want to do stuff that's already been done.
Because the stuff that's been done is good.
Yeah.
But I like the nonfiction books because they kind of make me realize that I haven't actually thought about anything I've thought of. Like this guy's talking about how like the core of liberal politics, liberalism, which, everybody in America is, it's not a left thing, but he's saying like the core of like liberal politics is believing that all humans are individuals and not social animals. And so like, that's why everybody in America is like, you're an individual and you have like inalienable rights that must be defended. And then you think about that and you're like, well, I don't think that.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with what is the major political ideology within America. And then you go, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know I didn't agree with that. And then it makes you think funny stuff, how like America's so funny because our whole political system is based on like liberalism and nationalism, where liberalism is like, you're an individual and you think for yourself and you are, you just, everything just comes out of you out of nowhere. But then nationalism is also like, you're part of a group and the group's awesome. And America's so contradictory because you have so many people that are like, I'm an individual, but they believe that because they've been socialized to believe that. So it's like the most ironic belief in the world of a bunch of people being told to believe they're individuals and free thinkers, to be told to think they're free thinkers. And then then you walk around and you have conversations like this where you're visibly bored and you just think everybody's a fucking asshole. That's what's fun about nonfiction.
Yeah.
Is you go, you fucking, you don't know what I just read.
Yeah.
And then people say, well, you make no money and you're not a very good stand-up and nobody really respects you at your job or in your career. And you go, yeah, but I can tell you about this book I just read. And like
this book that sucks.
I can tell you about this book that is good, but ultimately sucks in the way that, what I was thinking yesterday of like, I like to read certain nonfiction to expand my knowledge. Because in my mind, I'm like, if you expand your knowledge, you become a smarter person, and you perform better in the world, and you have a better system of your own beliefs. But then I was also watching a documentary on the Cowboys football team, and I was like, if I watched this documentary and then I told people about it, I would make more friends than if I read this book and told people about it. And being a social networker and being able to make connections gets you more success in life.
Yeah.
So really, watching a documentary at the Cowboys can actually be more beneficial to you than learning anything.
Yeah.
If you just know about sports, you can just meet tons more new people than being like, oh, I figured out my thoughts on, modus vivendi versus progressive liberalism.
Yeah, I mean, we're really wasting our fucking time at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's also like,
But I guess learning about, engrossing yourself in other people's, like, creative stuff does make you think other creative stuff you could be doing. I mean, we have Dagnabbit records just because you watched an interview with Greg Turkington that I sent you.
Yeah.
So, That's good too. And then we'll have that Variety article that comes out that nobody reads about us and how we're pushing the boundaries and stuff. Which is never really going to come out. It'll come out next week.
I also like to believe that anything you take into your mind seeps out somewhere. It just kind of seeps out.
Yeah.
Like I'm reading this book, about politics and shit, and it's like eventually this will somehow be funny for 2 seconds in a joke.
Yeah.
That's why I'm reading. Like eventually it'll just sort of come out.
I mean, everything I do is in pursuit of comedy.
Yeah.
When you read, you get better at writing and getting the words perfect. Getting the words succinct.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all where it goes back to. Like anything I learn is just like, eventually this will just sort of help me think differently, and then it'll turn into a joke.
Yeah.
It'll just come from somewhere, Something will happen with it. Or it won't, and I'll just die penniless and alone.
Well, that's a good way to think about it, though.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is okay. It's not like it would be objectively bad.
Yeah.
Subjectively horrific.
I mean, our lives are it's going to be pretty horrific what's going to happen. I mean,
that's the core of everything we believe.
Here's the thing about...
Ultimately, it will be horrific.
Here's the price you got to pay with the being like, I'm gonna be great, is that if you fail, you're gonna look like a fucking loser.
Well, you don't look like a loser. You just look like a regular guy, but you feel like the worst human.
No, I mean, I see 35-year-olds that are really trying to do something, and then they're not doing it, and I just think, what a fucking loser, what a piece of shit.
Yeah. But we feel so much worse about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel way worse about it than other people do.
I feel so horrible about being alive. I was talking to a psychoanalyst today. He's like, yeah, you have this shame complex where you just feel like you should kill yourself just for breathing. So just for taking up air, you think you should be dead. And I'm like, yeah.
I feel so much guilt about everything. Because my life is actually pretty good by the standards of people I know. By the standards of people that are like back home and shit, my life's great.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel this sort of shame where you're like constantly being visited by the ghosts of people who haven't died,
Mm-hmm.
You have to see that. And then people who have died. You got the people that have died, and then you got the people that haven't died, but they're doing really bad. They just got off fentanyl, and they're trying to piece their life back together.
Yeah, I just feel like everything I do is awful. And not like it's bad, but even to be doing it is awful. The psychoanalysis was like, you feel like you're not even worthy of being an ambitious person.
Well, you want to be punished.
That like to be ambitious would be awful.
Isn't that kind of the point of the Bible, though? The Genesis? Because it's full of ambitious people, and that's a sin.
It is weird, yeah. It is funny how like cults are known to break you down, and they say like that's why cults are bad, but then like that's all Catholicism is doing. Catholicism is telling kids that they are essentially sinful and have to spend their entire life trying to make it up to God. It's such a fucked up thing to do to a person that you're born, and they're like, just so you know, somebody's fucking pissed at you. And
he's huge.
The rest of your life.
He's the biggest guy.
He's the biggest guy. Think of the biggest guy, times it by 1,000. That's him.
Think of your dad, but even scarier.
Yeah, so think of your dad, even scarier, and even double your dad. He's double dad, and he hates you.
He's probably even drunker.
He's drunk, and he's sick of you.
You know how scary it is when your dad comes drunk home from work, but he's actually an hour late because he went to the bar and drank like 8 shots?
That's heaven.
Yep.
That's heaven. If you're lucky enough, you get to go up to the couch where the drunkest dad in the world is sitting. And he goes, where the fuck have you been? You've been going to the punk-ass church with the gay priests?
Oh, you tried to make something of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not why I put you here.
That would be so sick. If when Catholics go to heaven, it's just a God that's really angry at them. He's like, I think you're a piece of shit still. He's like, I thought this was eternal peace. He's like, it's eternal me. It's this forever.
You don't want to go to hell. You'll be away from me.
It's just a manipulative relationship. Go to hell, see if you survive. See if you can fucking survive down there. And hell is just New York City, where some people are doing really good.
And most people are doing pretty bad.
But some people are, homeless. Maybe hell's like jail, You know how
you can read and work out?
You know how some people are kind of like homeless in jail?
Yeah.
Where they have like no commissary money and like they don't really have a group to be with, so they just kind of get beat up and have to eat shitty food. But then other people are like in a gang and have a bunch of commissary money, so they get to eat honey buns and like fuck boys.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what hell is like. It's like bad for everybody, but some people
and you
are
convert to Islam in hell?
You're probably allowed to. You can probably be whatever religion you want in hell. I'd have to imagine there's freedom of religion.
Yeah.
They can't take that away from you.
You're only allowed to believe the wrong ones.
Yeah.
There's freedom of religion, except you can only believe the really wrong stuff.
You can only believe the worst stuff. The worst stuff of every religion is what you get to believe. Yeah. I bet Camus doing really good in hell.
Yeah.
Because that book he had where he was like, I don't even care about being in prison. He's just the stranger in hell. Where he's like, actually, I'm still myself. Even though I'm getting raped by the devil.
Yeah, because you remember that book about the plague? The hell's kind of like living in a place where there's a plague going on.
Mm-hmm. Which means you get to make friends with
and
the
also
doctor.
And also that book, A Happy Death.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's probably happy because he's dead.
Camus is so ready to go to hell. The devil was not ready for existentialism, where he was like, fuck, he likes it.
Well, we keep trying to torture philosophers, and it's not working.
They keep finding ways to make it actually the greatest transcendent experience they've ever had. They're writing all these beautiful things.
God, I hate the French.
The French love it here.
And it sucks because they're all going to hell. They're all pedophiles.
Yeah, I believe that every French person burns in hell when they die. They all die and burn in hell.
They're lighting cigarettes with the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Really thin cigarettes.
And they're like,
smoking the worst cigarettes of all time down here.
Yeah, they make hell smell worse. Hell smells bad because French people keep smoking. And they're like, don't you hate it out here? Isn't it torture? And they're like, isn't every moment torture? And they're like, God damn it, you French motherfuckers. Why do you hate everything so much that hell isn't even... You know hell's bad. Admit that it's bad.
Why is the only thing you guys like poop? You guys love poop. Why is that?
Yeah, they keep bothering all the hell guards and being like, when is the poop coming? Will there be a new poop river that we can swim in, please?
I think hell has like a jizz river.
Hell is so bored.
I think there is a jizz river in hell.
Like in the Bible? What do you mean?
Maybe that's like, maybe Hindus believe that.
Jizz river? You got to look that up. That's crazy. I love throwing that out there, though. I love putting that out into the world.
Some religion believes in a jizz river.
Hell is so boring. I'm so bored. Everybody here is so stupid. They cannot think for themselves. Not like me.
Yeah, it's in Hinduism.
What is it?
Punishment, it's a description of hell. Hell river semen, Hindu mythology, the punishment reserved for those who commit specific lustful and controlling acts.
So you just get thrown down a river of jizz for eternity?
Yeah.
That's like a French guy's
He's
dream.
Forced to drink it for the duration of his punishment. Yeah, a man who forces his wife to drink his semen is condemned to the hell of, I can't pronounce it, after death.
Damn, so Hindus don't swallow because they believe if you make your wife swallow, you have to drink cum forever?
Yeah.
They're so afraid of gay stuff. They're like, hell is gay stuff.
Hell is doing gay stuff forever.
And there's so much worse stuff than drinking cum.
Is there?
Like being raped by like a fiery cock forever would be worse.
I guess that's also gay, yeah.
But not even the gay part, I'm just saying the rape. Just that you don't want it to happen to you.
I guess, yeah.
Or just burning in general, being on fire is worse than having to drink cum.
We gotta stop saying rape on the podcast.
We'll bleep it.
Okay.
Or we won't.
We probably won't.
Maybe I'll forget.
Yeah. Maybe I should text you and remind you.
Maybe don't.
Maybe.
Maybe it's awesome.
Maybe people love it when we say it on the pod.
People like it. People like it a lot.
Anyway, let's move on. Did we do the bit about... I did this bit with somebody about I'm just gonna do a riff we were doing at a table of Joe Rogan getting Jamie to be like, Jamie, pull up human woman fucked by dog.
I don't know if I was there.
You weren't there for that.
Just Rogan finding out about new bestiality.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because Dan was doing a bit where he was pretending to be a guy that just discovered porn.
Yeah.
So he was sending me the link to Pornhub and saying, dude, check this out. This stuff is crazy. And then he goes, whoa, you're not going to believe this. And then he sent me a link to gay porn. He was like, I wonder if there's other types of porn with like animals or like kids. And I was like, do not look up. You have looked through all the legal types of, do not look at other porn.
You know, it's legal to own not child porn. It's legal to own bestiality porn, but it's not legal to make it. So you can have it. It's like
when they decriminalize weed.
Yeah,
where, like you can have it, but you can't sell it.
Yeah,
in all states though, because I think that's always a state issue. There's one state, I think it might be Mississippi, where you can fuck a dog, but I think everywhere else it's illegal.
Oh, that's all. BC, yeah, Mississippi State of the Week.
Mississippi, congratulations on getting State of the Week. This is here's to the state of Mississippi. You can still have sex with a dog there, and there's no law against it. There's definitely not a law for it. It's not like a right in the Constitution, but they just haven't gotten around to making it illegal. They are busy.
All right. So some states do make possession illegal.
I feel like bestiality is one of those laws that seems like states just kind of won't get around to sometimes. Where like a guy fucks a dog and then they're like, ah, shit, we forgot to make that illegal. And he's in court like doing the gritty.
Yeah.
Being like, you can't send me to jail for this.
I mean, would it be like, because there's famous not famous, but infamous like animal porn from like the 70s and shit. I can't imagine that you would get in trouble for having it on your laptop unless they were also getting you for other stuff. I mean, if they got you for child porn and you also had animal porn in there, they'd be like, this guy is a triple threat.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like once they get you for child porn, the cops are like, listen, we have to look through the animal porn to prosecute him for it, and we've already looked at all this child porn, so I think we're just going to get him on the child porn. He's already going to jail.
Yeah.
Let's just let that go.
What if they had the sites that are like, does the dog die, but for animal porn?
Does the dog get fucked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely, if they made a law against owning bestiality porn, I don't think they would make any exceptions for vintage art. I don't think they'd be like, well, it's from the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's art. I think they'd be like, no, it's all bad.
Well, I bet you could find like actual exploitation movies that have scenes of that.
Just online?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably. Didn't you watch one the other day?
No.
Didn't you watch a movie where in the exploitation movie a lady sucked a dog's dick?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's a Japanese movie that has like horse fucking or something in it at the end. But I've never seen an exploitation movie where I've seen animals get killed in exploitation movies. But never fucked.
Well, that's worse.
It's definitely worse to kill an animal than to suck its dick.
Killing a fucking animal just to make a dumbass movie nobody gives a fuck about?
People give a fuck about some of these movies. Some of them are really good.
Yeah, but like it's not worth a fucking life. It's not like any movie you make is worth killing something. It's a fucking movie. It's an hour and a half.
I think sometimes it's like, it's not defensible, but it's like, this movie wouldn't feel as evil if it didn't have that. Part of the reason I'm watching this movie is because it's evil.
Yeah, but that's like a stupid intention to be like, well, it's got to be evil, so...
It was already made.
So we got to kill this dog.
I mean, it was already made when they fucking did it.
What was already made?
Like Cannibal Holocaust, those cannibal movies. It's not like what am I going to get a time machine and tell the guy, hey, don't kill the animals?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Sure, it's bad to kill animals, but it wouldn't be the same movie without it. It wouldn't make you feel as badly to watch it. The point, you're watching the movie to feel bad.
Yeah, that's just kind of retarded. I think.
I guess so, yeah.
I just think once you're killing... I mean, not to sound like a comic that's like cussing is lazy, but I feel like once you're like, in this scene we kill a dog, you could be like, or we could write something else.
But it's already made.
Yeah, I can't critique something that hasn't been made yet. I don't understand that point.
The thing is, it's like, these guys are dead. They made it. They're dead. It's like,
yeah,
they did it. They already did it, and nobody's doing that.
Yeah, and they also
nobody's doing it right.
And they
now.
also already did the Holocaust, and I'm saying that's bad as well. I'm just saying it just sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm not denying.
I'm not like they
sucks.
should stop. I'm just saying like that sucks.
I'm just saying it's a part of the movie.
Yeah, I know it is what it is, but I'm just saying
it's interesting. They do make cruelty-free versions of some of these movies, and it's just kind of weird to me to be like, I want to watch this movie that makes you feel bad, but I don't want to watch the stuff that's really uncomfortable and immoral about it.
Yeah, because then you're retarded and a pussy.
Yeah,
then everything you're doing is stupid. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Well, that's like what we were saying earlier about like kind of, art is just doing anything,
Yeah.
Like just anything you do can become art. And sometimes I think people get a little lost in the sauce, Yeah,
it's true. There's a lot of like shock art that is just like killing animals for no reason.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't like it the same way I don't like some clowns in LA who are like, I'm going to go into this venue and throw a bunch of paint around.
Yeah.
Because once I do that, it'll be crazy. It's just like, yeah, but like, it's not good.
The way I view a lot of like stuff like Cannibal Holocaust, that movie in particular, which I do think is genuinely a good movie, is it's like, you can't stop the guy from having killed this turtle, So It's like, this is just another part of the movie now, and it also achieves the effect he wanted to.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't even watch the movie. I'm just saying I can also say I think objectively it's a silly thing to do.
Yeah.
It's, it can become kind of gratuitous at a certain point.
But it was a different time. It was a different time where killing and
sure, it was a different time.
It was a totally different time. Everybody thought that it was awesome to kill animals back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I would ever watch one of these movies you're talking about and then fucking tweet about it and be like, we should all hate this guy. But I'm just saying, as we're having the conversation right now, like, I think I'm fine with making bad art.
Yeah.
Obviously. This whole podcast has sucked.
Yeah.
I can't object against making bad art. I do think once you're committing lethal violence against stuff is when you go, all right, tone it down with making bad art. You can make bad art without having something having to die for this.
I wonder if people still have to be making stuff like this, though. There has to be, like, exploitation movies that still do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really keep up with the modern day version of that. It's also like fucking, it doesn't really hit the spot for me because it's so fucking like self-aware now.
Yeah, it's even worse than it was.
Yeah.
Because now you're not even the first guy to kill a turtle.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, I guess we have to hang the turtle. Like, it can only get worse.
The person has to be puking and shitting at the same time.
It can only get worse.
It has to be real puke and shit.
Here's the thing, like, if you want to have a scene where you get two people to consensually, like, eat each other's poop,
yeah,
like a 2 girls, 1 cup, I see no issue. I have fun. But once you're like, it would really take it up a notch if we brought a dog in here and then choked it to death. It's like, well, you can make people feel bad without killing a dog.
Yeah.
There was other stuff to do. Not to sound like a prude. I think
you're sounding like one right now. I think you're sounding like a massive prude.
Make stuff that horrifies people and is awful, but don't fucking kill something to do it. You make art. You don't have to kill stuff. You're an artist. You don't have to kill anything. Or make it look like you killed it.
Yeah.
Be an artist and make it look like you did something you didn't. That's a lot of art too. Be a good filmmaker and fake a death.
Yeah, I mean, we're
challenge
artists.
yourself.
We're artists on this podcast. We say a lot of bad stuff, but we don't do it.
I feel like it's more impressive to like have a scene where people are like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, you killed that dog, and then you go, we actually didn't kill the dog.
Bring out the dog. We're bringing out the dog right now. The dog has a hard cock.
This, a good example is like, this isn't even an exploitation movie. A bunch of cats and dogs died in Milo and Otis.
Yeah. So
they could have a scene of a cat in a river. And it's like, either get better at putting cats in rivers or don't do the scene.
Yeah.
There's a limit to what the artistic merit of it's like, it's not worth it at a certain point. I wonder
how many, like, what do you think the limit on cats dying? Cats?
At that time, there was not. They killed like 17.
That's crazy. There wasn't a point where they were like, it's too many.
They just keep giving them cats in the name of a movie that kids watch.
For kids.
That kids watch before they form memories.
Yeah.
The kids are like 3, and they're watching a scene that contributed to 20 dead cats, and they're like, thank God we got that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, for what? Because that's the thing with art. It's very powerful, but it's also like it's pointless in a lot of ways. It's like it's powerful and it changes your life, but it's also just some fucking shit you watched for an hour while you laid in bed. So did a life need to end for it to happen? Maybe that's my line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prude.
Like, this podcast can be as bad as we want, but if we
killed a dog,
but if we chopped a dog on it, if we chopped a dog's head off it, then I would understand people saying
podcast equipment is too expensive.
Yes,
it's too cheap.
When we post our clips on TikTok, and everybody always says podcast equipment should be banned, I believe they're wrong. But if we were taking this board and bashing it into the head of a Labrador and saying, watch this is podcasting, then I would agree with those people that there should be a license for podcasting equipment, and it is, and it should be banned. But we're not hurting anybody by doing this. That's my thing. Make bad art, but if you're not hurting anybody, then nobody can be mad at you.
Yeah.
You can make the most disgusting thing in the world. You can draw your own picture of Muhammad, and then you can cum tribute it.
Yeah.
I don't mind, because hurt feelings don't kill people. But if you go, okay, we'll come tribute Muhammad, and then we'll press a dog's face into the cum and cover its snout and mouth so it just can't breathe, and it slowly kind of goes like until it dies on this cum tribute of Muhammad, is when I would say, I think leave it at the cum tribute.
Yeah.
Just leave it there. People are going to feel enough, and, now.
Of all the bad stuff we've said on the show, I think describing animal death is really what people are going to be like, we had to turn it off.
It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
It's just a very upsetting thing. And, I think that's when you get lost in the sauce, is when you go, if we kill this animal, it'll really affect people. And you go, yeah, of course. But, like, you're kind of losing the thread.
Yeah.
Of, you're kind of like... What's nice about, like, let's say stand-up is that, like, it's a small box.
Yeah.
You're on stage and you talk into a mic. And then people be like, well, I want to be more interesting, so I'll do something crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you should stay in the box and see if you can still make people feel crazy by just speaking.
Yeah.
And then you get something good and interesting. Because people are going, damn, this guy's just talking.
Man,
yesterday I was on stage and I was saying that a lot of Gen Z kids are not fucking because Israel's killing too many kids. And you can't bust when a genocide is happening.
Yeah.
And so we're all looking at Israel saying, stop killing kids so we can bust. And people had looks on their faces of smiles and laughs and shock. And they were like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. And I think that's more interesting than going up and being like, I'm going to throw paint on everybody. Because you stay in the box.
I'm going to touch people who didn't want to be touched.
Yes. You go, what can I do in the box? Instead of breaking it because I'm lazy.
That's what sucks about alternative comedy, is a lot of it's just completely meaningless.
And some of
it means nothing.
And there's like 1% of it that you're like, this is amazing.
This is
it's
the
like
best.
Better than, it might be the height of stand-up.
Yeah.
Like when you see good alternative comedy, you're like, this may be the height of stand-up. But then the rest of it is just people who didn't want to get good at regular stand-up.
Yeah.
And then it's also like kind of blurring the lines. Like Maria Bamford technically is just standing on stage and talking.
Yeah.
But what she's doing is so not regular.
Yeah.
By any metric.
It's very raw and like powerful and...
Yeah, and you're like, this is probably the best stand-up I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But then if somebody just went on stage and they were like, oh, okay, I'll do what she does. I'll do a voice of my mom. It's like, it's not the same thing. You got to do something with it,
Be vulnerable.
That's my new take on art. Be crazy, just don't kill the dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean that metaphorically. but also literally to the couple guys out there that are
listening to our podcast that want to kill animals on stage.
There's a couple guys listening to this who are like, I really want to take my shit to the next level. And I'm telling you, you can do it without killing your mom's dog.
But if you can kill your mom's dog in a way that makes people laugh, what about that?
I don't think so. Because I think those people do it so they can say they did it.
Yeah.
To go, since I've killed a dog is how I know I'm a true artist.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, you barely write. You actually barely do anything. You write a shitty movie and then you kill a dog and then you go, now it's a good movie. When really it's just a bad movie where a dog dies. And that's the rub.
That's the rub. We did it. We did the rub.
All right, well, find the funny.
Find the funny.
Without killing the dog.
Find the dog and don't kill it.
And don't kill it. Thanks for coming.
Bye.